Bitcoin rallied more than 1,300% in 2017, while gold gained 12%. But my guest today says that precious metals are still more relevant assets than cryptocurrencies. Joining me today is Carley Garner. She's the president of DeCarley Trading, and she joins us on the line. Carley, good to see you again. Happy New Year.
Thank you. It's great to be here. I appreciate it.
So you've compared Bitcoin to gold, at depth, at length, as investable financial instruments. Why do you feel that gold is still a better choice than Bitcoin?
Sure. Well, let's say a month or so ago, Bitcoin was flying high. It was up around the $20,000 area, and there was a lot of chatter out there of is Bitcoin the new gold? Are the gold bugs irrelevant?
Right.
That sort of thing. And so that's why we tackled this topic. It's probably a conversation that's going to go on for quite a while, but the reality is, I've been a critic of the usability of gold. For example, if you are holding gold bullion, you have to store it somewhere, and there's storage costs, and it's not necessarily extremely liquid or fungible for everyday goods. So it's not a perfect barter object or currency or that sort of thing, but it surpasses Bitcoin in many ways. And so that's kind of the angle that we're taking. And what I mean by that is Bitcoin has no intrinsic value. It's an idea, and I think the blockchain idea is probably a good idea, and it'll probably at some point in the future probably change all of our lives. But at this day, right now, Bitcoin is more of an idea than an actual asset, in my opinion. And so I think gold and silver, at least for now, are ahead of the game.
Well, I agree with you. I think people just love this whole gold versus Bitcoin debate. And Warren Buffett actually coming out today saying that he thinks the Bitcoin saga will end badly, very badly. What do you think are some of the challenges ahead for the crypto here, Carley?
Well, I'm a commodity broker. I'm not an expert in technology. And I do think there's some value in the blockchain technology. And I think at some point, like I mentioned before, I think that there will be some major players in this arena, I think. But Bitcoin, let's be honest, Bitcoin was created as an experiment. And the last that I had seen, most of the actual cash Bitcoin assets are held by 1,000 people. So we're talking a very small and illiquid market. It's big in terms of dollars, but when you consider the people that are actually buying and selling it, it's not really that deep of a market. And that's despite the fact that everywhere you go, that's all you hear about, that's all you see on TV or the newspaper. But a lot of people are trading cash Bitcoin with brokers where they're not actually. It's kind of like Forex. They're trading the idea, not the actual asset, the underlying asset. And same thing in the futures markets. People are buying and selling futures contracts, which is what I'm more educated on than the cash market Bitcoin. But it's still, the futures contracts are cash settled. There's no underlying asset being delivered. So again, we're just trading ideas. It's pure speculation. And I tend to agree with Warren. It's probably not going to end so greatly.
Well, Carley, let's dig deeper here and talk gold. The metal getting a nice bounce here today, hitting a 3.5-month high. Good rally at the start of the year. How do you see the metal setup?
I actually think this time of year, gold and silver tend to have support from seasonals. And so I tend to think that we've got a good shot at seeing another $20 or $30 higher in gold. Silver maybe 30 to 60 cents higher. With that said, that's just basically talking about seasonals and currency movement and that sort of thing without any other changes in fundamentals. If, and this is a big if, but if the stock market can find a way to go into some sort of correction and risk-off assets become attractive again, then I think gold might have a shot at $14.50. But we'll have to see what it does with $13.50 first.
But you say that's a big if.
It's a big if. Shoot, I've been waiting for a stock market correction for the last couple of months, and it's nowhere in sight.
Yeah.
So
in the meantime, look at palladium, still above 1,000.
Right. Yeah. The metals are benefiting quite a bit from dollar weakness in the last couple of weeks. And like I said, I think that's going to continue at least for the next, let's just say 4 to 6 weeks.
Carley Garner, thanks so much for your thoughts today.
Thank you. It's a pleasure being here.